Greetings. Good evening. Hello. Welcome to Cam Talks. I'm Cam and I'm talking. And this is video number 2 of a as yet undefined project of vulnerability and embracing the talking head factor. We got some Palo Santo up in here. Something's on fire down here. And now there's ash everywhere. Fantastic. How are you doing out there? One face to another. Interesting days we're in. I on this Monday, the 13th of April, had quite a good morning in some regard. And getting smoked out up in here. You want to know you got Palo Santo. Life is so strange these days. I know it's almost cliche to say such a thing, but I'm reminded of that. I don't know if you know Terrence McKenna. He was a pioneer of psychedelics and consciousness, and he had a lot of great quotes about life and where we were sort of headed, according to him. I mean, he was a man who used to dabble in heroic doses of magic mushrooms and psilocybin. Super interesting guy, great voice. And I'm not a psychonaut as such. I've not dabbled in a lot of the substances that Terrence did, but I remember there was a quote from him that just said, things are going to get so strange in this world and life that it will just be impossible to not start talking about it. And I feel like if we're not already at that point, we're not far off. And what do I mean by that? I guess we're all at different rungs of perception in this. Life is much faster. It's louder. Personally, it's much more grounded than it used to be. But within that groundedness and clarity, there's a precariousness. I'm not sure if that correlates with your experience as well. Obviously, we're all having different experiences here. So perhaps rather than ruminating wildly, I should be more specific about what the hell I'm talking about. My first video was without agenda. My second one is also. I'm trying to create something here where there really is no agenda. It's just riffing, and it's just transmuting energy, and it's just talking directly to you, wherever you are in the world. You am I am you, in this strange hall of mirrors that we find ourselves in. Today, as I said, had begun well, and then, despite having all these little breakthroughs lately around work and creative exploits and, business direction and what the hell to do next, I found myself just going through one of those mind spirals again, where it was like the old ego mind, the old monster mind, to coin a phrase. There's a great YouTuber called I Am Ray who talks a lot about the monster mind as this incessant ego voice founded on conditioned thought forms from childhood, from past lives maybe, that insists on a merry-go-round of gripping and largely unhelpful thoughts, largely self-negating and doom-oriented, and that most of us are beset by this voice a lot of the time. The inner critic, the archetype of this self-limiter. I'm not sure about you, but I've had an absolute masterful version of that in my head for all of my life. And only recently, this past year, did I really sit down with it and try to make some room for it and to try to make some sense of it, to kind of transmute some of those thoughts that often would come in, to just derail the day. My point being here is it's been pretty good in general, but I had one of those clanger nights where some of the old shit just came back, which is discouraging because you feel like you're healing yourself, you're making peace with these parts of yourself, and then they come back again. But this is part of the healing ride, from what I've learned. It doesn't get taken out in one hit. It comes back for loops, but in an upward spiral, not in a downward one. That's a key point of difference, I think. Anyway, it's a nice mild night here in sunny Spain, where I live, and people down on the street reveling, enjoying drinks. There's a Dominican bar down there, and the Dominicans, well, these folks certainly like to have a good time. Well through the night, right through the week. And it reminds me sometimes that it is important to just take a load off and not take things quite so seriously. It's been a strange year for me as a lifelong hedonist to have stopped drinking. That was a big change. And with that, a lot of people who were around were no longer around, you know. Quite a dramatic shift in baseline existence for me. And I know a lot of people are going through similar stuff at the moment. So if that's your experience too right now, total seismic shift, ground breaking way, and you're not sure whether you're coming or going, solidarity there, my friend. That is certainly a feature of these times that we live in. Hey, I mean, we don't come to planet Earth for a smooth ride. What's that Hunter S. Thompson quote about skidding in broadside, totally knackered at the end of your run? We are meant to come here to kind of slam our heads into the wall a few times, as well as experience all the peace and joy and love and all that good stuff, you know. But sometimes, man, you're just like, Jesus, why did I sign up for this? Go to Earth, they said. It'll be great. Yeah, well, we do our best. But what I'm very thankful for is the ability to actually express this here as someone who is fearful of being another talking head in the soup. Turns out we're all allowed to do it. We're all allowed to express ourselves. And I do that freely here with the intention of generating a bit of love and sending some good vibes out there, and also just laying myself bare, and not dressing this up with clickbait or wanting to turn it into some sort of business or whatever. So that's where I'm at, and I transmit candidly and freely with full heart and soul, and it makes me feel good. So thank you if you are watching. And yeah, looking at the sky, we've got a pretty stacked situation here with a lot of planets in Aries. It's a fire sky up there, people, and down here. And it's only going to get firier with the moon starting to move through Pisces and slowly head into Aries over the next 24 hours, or maybe a bit after that. We'll have 6 or 7 planets in Aries. It's crazy. I actually have that in my natal chart, and that's a lot of steam if it's not kept at the right temperature. So advice for a lot of Aries. Aries is fire, movement, get up and go. Get to the gym, pump some iron, do some Pilates, go for a jog. Meditation wouldn't hurt either. We've got the moon right on the north node today. Wow. Lo and behold, I hit the threshold of what my technology was capable of storing. So that was the brief astrology update. That was my brief divulgence. I think that's a word. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I promised, well, actually, no, I said I promised nothing, but I do feel like if you hang around, these rants might get more interesting. And if you've got topics you want me to talk about or you want to chat together about, hit me up. I feel like we're in really weird times and we got to lean on each other to kind of make sense of what is going on. Big love. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for tuning in.